of the Coffee Talk. And today we are going to be talking about something that was brought up yesterday at our Coffee Talk, and that was email attention. I've talked about it before, but we're going to go deeper today, and I'm actually going to go through some examples. Hopefully, Karen will be on. Karen is the one that really got me wanting to do this session. I was going to do something else, and she was like, can you do something on email attention tomorrow? I got an email that's going to go out on Sunday, and I would really like if you could do that. So that's what we're going to do. But before we do, I want to make sure that you guys are able to get in here. And I know it's a Saturday, so some may not be able to make us here live. But if you are here live, do me a favor, drop a comment down below. That would be amazing. All right, so do that for me. The other thing I'd like to say here too, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Facebook, make sure that you get the notifications. So this way here, you're reminded of our Coffee Talks. The way that you would do that on YouTube is just obviously hit the subscribe and then the bell. And then on Facebook, you just have to like the page and then turn on notifications. That's it. On Instagram, it is going to depend on how you are viewing this. And on Instagram, I'm really just kind of doing it off to the side, but I will be coming over here afterwards if you guys have any questions. So if you do, definitely put them in the comments. The only thing also that I ask is that you share this with a friend. If you think that this would be valuable, invite someone to our Coffee Talk. I know this is a weekend edition. Some people are busy, and we're still in quarantine here. They are going to start lifting that though in some areas, but I'm gonna stay tight here. I'm not going anywhere. But I'm gonna keep doing these Coffee Talks as long as you keep showing up. So do me a favor though. Share this with a friend, like I said. And if you're watching this on a replay and you're on YouTube, you can go right here and there will be a playlist. And in that playlist will be all of the Coffee Talks that we've done up to this point, and any new ones that move forward will be there as well. So you might want to bookmark that page or that playlist. So that way there you have it. So you can always go back to it if you want to. So that's what we're going to be doing here today, though, is we're going to be talking about this email attention. I've got the iPad synced up, so we're going to be able to do that here. Let me go ahead and make sure it works. Let's see. Yay, it works. We've got our iPad there, and I've already written email attention. So that's what we're going to be talking about. So guys, do me a favor. In the comments right now, let me know that you're here. I see a bunch of you are coming in here. We got Salama. Hey, Salama, what's up? Welcome back. Glad to have you. Karen, good morning. Sent you our email we will be sending to our subscribers. So you sent it to me in an email, Karen. That might be a little bit hard for me to go into right now because I'm balancing about 5 different plates here with this setup. But I am going to be able to go into, if you can give me a little bit more details, but I'm going to give you what I've got, and then we can kind of start playing with that. Kayon, I think it's Kayon. What's up? Justin from the Down Under. What's happening, man? How are you doing? I think you said it's like midnight over there, right? Hey-o, Mel, what's up, man? Jennifer, hi. Hey, Jennifer, welcome back. Derek, good morning. Atlanta, Georgia already lifted some restrictions. Restaurant, theaters, bars, barbershops are open. Yeah, I'm hearing that as well. Hairweave 101, Rebecca, what's up? How are you doing? See how I did that? I did it right. From Germany, by the way. I didn't know you were from Germany. That's pretty impressive. That's awesome. And Renee is here. Good morning to you as well. All right, cool. And the other thing is too, I've got Instagram off here to the side. If you guys are not on Instagram or not following me on Instagram, do me a favor and make sure that you do that, because I am going to be posting more stuff there as we move forward. I've got a big announcement coming up on May 11th, which is next Monday, not this coming Monday, the following Monday. I've got a cool little giveaway I'm going to be doing there as well, but I'm excited about that. And that's going to be airing on the episode May 11th, but I'm going to be announcing it here a little bit early. So make sure that you're part of our Take Action morning crew here. All right. So make sure that you are part of that. Hey, what's up there? John Paul, good afternoon from here. Agnet, good morning. How are you? All right, cool. So I say we get right to it. All right. Or Cool the Gang says, get down on it. Right. So let's go ahead and let's get started here. All right. So I'm going to pull up my screen And we're going to go ahead and get into this. I created a little bit of some notes here for myself today. And this is session 36. Isn't that crazy? 36 times that we've met here in the morning. And I've only missed one day. And that was because of Easter Sunday. But yeah, so 36 sessions here of the Coffee Talk. Pretty awesome. So yeah, let me know though in the comments as I'm going through this, if you have any questions, and also if you have anything that you want me to discuss on a future Coffee Talk, drop that in the comments as well. All right. All right. So email attention. It's really, really important that we understand, number one, that our inbox is filled, right? We have a lot of different people sending us stuff. We talked yesterday really about how to get rid of some of the things that are in our inbox to not distract us so we can stay focused. And I do believe that we should do that. We talked all about that yesterday. Again, if you missed that, go back and listen to yesterday's Coffee Talk. It's very, very helpful and allow you to get more done. So the biggest thing though is we need to understand that when we're showing up in someone's inbox, first and foremost, whatever they signed up for, you want to deliver on that promise, and you want to show up and you want to give, right? You want to give without asking. So many people do it the other way around. They're like, I'm going to get someone to sign up. I'm going to try to sell them something. And then immediately you're coming across as someone that's trying to sell something. We don't want to be sold to. Okay. None of us do. We want to buy something that we feel is beneficial to us, but we also want to trust the person. So I always say that if you are sending emails also, and you are the one that is either the face of the brand or the spokesperson for the brand, I think you should write as a person, not as a business. Okay. So always if you look at if you're subscribed to my email list, you'll see it comes through as ScottVoelker. It doesn't come through as the amazing seller. It doesn't come through as brand creators. It comes through as ScottVoelker because that's who's writing it and that's who's behind it. Okay. So when you see that immediately, hopefully you're seeing that you're like trusted. Yes, I want to see what Scott has to say. Scott's like a friend. Scott's going to tell me something valuable today, or Scott's going to share something with me today. So we always want to make sure that we're doing that. Okay. So that's first and foremost. Okay. So now that we kind of got that out of the way, to get the attention, first off, it's the trust. It's the know, like, and trust. All right. And you might want to write that one down. Know, like, and trust. That is very, very powerful and something that we do not want to dismiss. Okay. So when they see the name, instantly know, like, and trust. Okay. Or is it, oh, that's Best Buy, sales, right? Selling, buying. I don't want to buy right now. Right. Like now sometimes you might get something from like, I ordered some bird feed and some deer feed. And because we have some stuff out back that we feed the birds, we feed the deer. We're in like a no hunt zone, which is cool. And so they come up to the backyard, and I bought it on Tractor Supply, and I've been getting now, emails coming from them. And, I don't necessarily want that in my inbox all the time. I would rather that go into my promotions folder, right? So what I basically can do is I can either segment that over, or I can, just take that and keep it in my inbox all the times. I don't want it in there. So when I seen it, it said Tractor Supply. So I know who it is. I don't know who it is, but I know the company that it is. And I know there's going to be a flyer inside. I don't want to look at that right now. Now, if they gave me something that was like 5 tips to feed the deer and keep the squirrels away, that would get my interest. I would probably read that, to be honest with you, because the squirrels are a problem, right? So you see what the difference is there? So they're just coming at it as a corporate-y type email. So my point is, we don't want to show up like that. All right. So that's first and foremost. All right. So, and Karen, what I'm going to have you do is definitely drop in some information in the comments to help me out here, but I'm going to give you, and it's going to depend on what now, Karen, I think you said that you are doing more educational stuff for the person that is trying to homeschool, or someone that's a teacher. So you're helping with that, right? I'm pretty sure, but let's just go with that. Let's just say that is what you're doing, right? So what I would do is I've got some subject lines here that I'm going to share. So what I would do is for the subject line, because we have to also understand that the subject line is going to be very, very important also to the first part is who is sending it. And then the next part is, does that subject line get my attention to make me want to click in, right? So if Tractor Supply Company even if they came through as Tractor Supply, if they had in the subject line, keep squirrels, or 5 tips to keep squirrels out of your deer or bird feeder or whatever, right? Like that would get my attention, right? Instantly. I'd be like, okay, Tractor Supply, I bought from them. I know who they are. Boom, they're going to give me a tip on how to do this because I just bought this stuff, right? So just to get the idea. So, okay. So what I would do, and I've played with this. So it looks like this: new, and then lessons. Okay. If you can read that. And then it's like, oops, art project. Right? So it says what it is. Okay. So it's new lessons, and then it says art project. So new always gets people to look over, right? They're like, oh, something new. I better see what this is, right? If it just said art project, then you might click in it, but you don't know if it's new, old. But new just gets your attention, whether that's a sale, whether that's a subject line for an email, it doesn't matter. New always does well. The other thing that you want to do is you want to kind of break it up a little bit. So if I would have just did new lessons art project or a dash even, it wouldn't have stood out as much. So what I want to do is I want to make that stand out. So it's new lessons, brackets, and then art project. So that's all we're doing there. So that's number one. The next thing that works really good is surprise. Okay. So surprise. And then from here, I've got for the kids. That's it. That's the subject line. Surprise. Now, you could do this if you wanted to. You could put a bracket around that and say surprise for the kids. And then you're kind of like, okay, depending on what you signed up for, if you signed up for other like maybe you signed up for 5 downloads for art lessons for your students. Well, we know that they're wanting lessons. So if I had surprise and then for the kids, they're going to go ahead and say, oh, that's something that's definitely going to be for me. This week's a new week. It's good. I'm going to have a new project for the kids to do this week, right? That's what we're going to do. So that's surprise for the kids. There's your email subject line. Okay. So the third one is this here. Okay. Best, and then 3 lessons. I might not have enough room here, right? Best 3 lessons. Okay. And then you would do 4 kids. And then I don't have enough room here, but then the next thing on that would be number 2, my favorite, right? So if we spell that out, so best 3 lessons for kids, number in brackets, number 2 is my favorite, or number 2, my favorite, something like that. So it makes me say, okay, there's 3 lessons. They're the best lessons out there, right? That for the kids. And then from there, you're saying number 2 is my favorite. There's 3, but number 2 is one that I really, really like, right? So we're creating curiosity inside of that, right? So when we have the curiosity thing going, it makes me want to click in. Now, when you have someone click in, then we want to get them to click, obviously. So we're not going into how to write the email right now. We're just trying to get attention in the inbox. And then from there, getting them to want to click in to open the email. All right. To actually write the email, it's a whole nother thing. We're not going to go into that today, but I just wanted to kind of give you these. So that's that one. I've got another one for you. This is a good one too. 3 tips. Okay. And then I'm just looking down at my notes. That's why I already pre-did this, so I didn't have to think on the fly. 3 tips for your kids. For your kids. Now, these kids could be your students. These could be your own kids because you're homeschooling, whatever. So you have 3 tips for your kids. And then from there, you can say maybe in brackets to learn faster, right? And sorry if you can't read that. It's not that legible. Okay. But that's what I would do. So I would say 3 tips for your kids, boom, in brackets. And I would do to learn faster. Right? So again, everyone wants to know, what are those 3 tips? Oh, I want these 3 tips. This is going to help me this week, right? So that's what we're trying to do here. So again, we have new lessons, art project. Then we have surprise for the kids, best 3 lessons for kids. Number 2 is my favorite. And then 3 tips for your kids, brackets to learn faster. Okay. So there we go. Okay. So now let me create this. I'm going to slide this up a little bit. There we go. And we're going to come back to my little handy dandy pen. We're going to go like that. All right. And I've got another one for you. Okay, I did like, what do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 titles here that I did just before I got on here, by the way. All right, so the next one would be this. We're going to go back and use the new. Okay. And then from there, we've got home, school. Oops. Okay, homeschool. And then I have lesson plan. Lesson plan. Okay. New, homeschool, lesson plan. And then I also have in here, if I wanted to, because now the lesson plan is going to be something they're going to be like, oh, I want that lesson plan. Man, they're going to make my week so much easier. I'm a teacher or I'm a homeschool teacher, right? They're going to make my week so much easier because now I'm going to be able to just take this thing and kind of make it my own, right? They don't have to think so much. Any teacher would want that, right? Or even just to modify it. So new homeschool lesson plan. And then what you also could do is also add plus download. Can't really read that well, but you get what I'm saying, right? So new homeschool lesson plan plus download. Okay, that's another subject line. Another one here. Kids, let's see, will love this, ... You want to know what the kids are going to love, and you want to make sure that the kids do love something. So if that's going to help you be a hero to your students, or, you know, as a homeschooling parent, kids are going to love you for this. I want to know what that is. It might be a new art project. It might be a fun project for a science project, whatever, right? Kids will love this, ... Okay. You could even put in there, your kids will love this. Okay. So that's that one. And then from there, we're going to go, okay, the last one I'm going to give you is this. Try this with your, let's say students, or you could say kids, students. I'm just going to put students. That's not that great. All right, hold on, guys. I got to do a better job here. I'm running out of room. Let's see here. Let's do this again. See if I can do it smaller. So try this with your kids. Okay, or students, you can say. And then you could put in brackets, fun project. And that's it. All right. So that's it. So you see how I'm playing with like new, curiosity, tips. Those things always do well, guys. They always do well. I play with these different things all the time. I mean, other things you can do is like, you could put in there like something like must try brackets and then fun project with kids. And then it's like, oh, what must I try? Right. And you want to know what that fun project is. So you don't always want to give what exactly it is in the subject line. You want to create that little bit of curiosity, but you also want it to be something that is pertaining to them. Again, going back to Tractor Supply, they know. Okay, now if their marketing team was doing a better job, they know that I bought birdseed. They know that I bought deer food, period. So they should have a segment that sends out to what I just purchased when I bought bird feed. 5 ways to attract, 5 different kinds of birds or something, right? Or maybe it's like, again, the problem, how to keep 3 simple tips to keep squirrels out of your feeder. I'm going to open that. Okay. So every single time that they're going to give me something, they want to give me something that benefits me from what I'm using the product with. So a lot of people say, well, how do I do it if I have a product? You do it like that. If you're selling a fishing lure, okay, you basically want to show tips on how to use that thing. So I just bought a fishing lure, by the way, and I should have had it here. I just bought it, right? It's a big, long thing too, and it's for catching bass. It's got three things on it, 3 hooks on it, right? And so I read on the back of it, it said, how to use, and it started showing me how to use this thing, right? Or it started explaining how to use this thing. And actually, my assistant here just brought over, my wife just brought it over to me. So here it is, right? So here's my fishing lure, okay? There it is. So let me go ahead and I'm going to minus this down. Okay, so look at this. So I've got this fishing lure, right? And I just bought this, okay? And on the back, in really fine print, it's like fishing tips. Zero spokes are designed to allow you to control the lure's action. This is done with a slack line, twitch of the rod tip that creates the left, right, walk, the dog, action for which. So it's got all this stuff. I don't understand. I need to see that. So these people should have put on here, go to bestfishingtips.com to see how to use this, right? That would have been better. I would have opted in a heartbeat for this, right? And then guess what? They're going to send me an email that says, hey, 5 tips on how to catch more bass. I'm going to open that email. 3 tips to catch bass in a pond. Brand new lure action tip, or action, how to create more action in the water. I would have read all those emails. I've been struggling. I've been trying to catch bass in my pond out back for like a week and a half. I haven't caught one. I caught one about, I don't know, 4 months ago, which was about a 3.5, 4 pounder. And I throw them back, by the way. So anybody that's watching is like, you really shouldn't do, you know, I've received that too. Just like, I get people that say, you shouldn't catch, you should release. I always release. I don't eat the fish out of my pond. But anyway, that would be more beneficial. You see how that works? And if there was someone that was leading this brand, well, then I would see their name and I'd be like, oh, it's fishing tips. I bought that thing. I want to know how to catch more fish. It's the Zara Spook, by the way. So anyway, I can't wait to try this. This is going to be fun. I'm going to try it this afternoon, but I'm going to have to look it up. There's no URL here for fishing tips, which is mind-boggling to me. And this here would be a great way to get people on an email list. But anyway, that's just me. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we got here for some questions. And I got to take a sip of coffee. This is coffee talk, and I barely ever drink my coffee. Okay, I got to drink my coffee. Oh, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, Derek says, tell us how you set up Instagram. Okay, that'd be a good one. I'm actually trying to learn Instagram, and I'm not really focused on it. I've got some things that I'm doing in the background. We're going to play with it. We'll experiment. If you guys want to know more about that, and I can kind of share with you what I'm doing and stuff, I'd be more than happy to do it. Let's see. Keep doing it. It's great. Okay, Scott. So how do you address an email if your brand is faceless? Do you sign off using a pen name on the email? The answer is absolutely yes. Pen names they've been being used for years, and there's nothing wrong with it. Some people just want to protect their identity. So I would always make up a pen name that would be the voice or the face of the business. I always try to use a face somewhere in the business. That's either like the spokesperson, the person that is the face. Okay. It makes it more personal. So yes. And we're doing that right now in a brand that we're building inside of Brand Creators Academy. And that one there is faceless, but there is a face, and I'm writing as the person, and the person is someone that I actually know. So that person doesn't want to write, but I want them to be the face, but they don't want to write. It's kind of complicated, but as long as I can use their face and their name, then we're good. So that's what I do. So I write in that brand, but it's not necessarily me, but I'm writing as the person. And so anyway, yes, you can totally do that. And I think you should. Have you had your coffee yet, Derek? Thanks for asking. And thanks for allowing me to have a sip of coffee here. And I should probably say this. My YouTube guy, who's a good friend of mine, we're gonna give him a shout out, Jimmy the Shark. He is going to be very proud of me right now because I'm going to do something that he wants me to do throughout because it's important. We're talking about email marketing. We're talking about email subject lines. I'm going to put up a video right here on YouTube. When this is done being live, that will be some email marketing tips and tricks. So there you go. All right. So good. I just made my buddy happy. So he's probably smiling right now. All right. So let's see. Okay. What software are you using to build your course and ebooks? That's another good question. We'll talk about that another time. I'll just give you really quickly. The course stuff that I've done in the past, I've done it on all different types of platforms. We've got Gumroad is a real easy one. There is, I use Kajabi now for our membership site. It's a little bit pricey if you're just starting. but it works really well. But you can basically just build a training on even, there's some free ones out there. The biggest thing is just don't get hung up on the tools and the software. All right, cool. So Karen's here. So Karen, the first email will be worksheets, and they are all free from subscribing to the email. But Karen, my question to you is how they get on your email list. Because you wanted to know what to send them, and you were saying Sunday night, which is also a concern for me. I would not send out an email on Sunday night. I would either send it out first thing Monday morning, or I would send it out Sunday afternoon. Monday morning would be my first choice, and it would be bright and early. I would do it like 7, maybe 6 or 7 a.m. Eastern time. That's what I would do. Okay. Justin, your email content must deliver on the subject line. Absolutely 100%. Yes. Do not clickbait. Don't go out there and put something in there and be like, haha, tricked you. I got you to look. And, people are not going to like that at all. Okay, Salama, what formula would you use if you were sending nurturing sequence of 3 to 4 emails? How often do you email initially? And when they're first subscribing, you want to show up pretty regularly, because that way they get used to it, right? So we're kind of like training them too on how frequently we're going to be doing it. But there's not like there's a 7-part email onboarding sequence and this, that. To me, I like doing broadcast. I do like having an onboarding one if it's for something. So if someone grabs this, the brand creators playbook, if someone grabs this, okay, they are going to enter their name and email address, and they're going to enter their credit card information. It's $4.99. That's what this costs, right? Now, what I'm doing behind the scenes is I've set up an autoresponder that helps them consume and take action on the stuff, right? So I'm not trying to sell them other things inside of that. What I'm trying to do is get them to consume it, because I know if they consume this information, then I know they have a greater chance of succeeding. And if they have a greater chance of succeeding, then they are going to be more likely to want to join Brand Creators Academy down the line. Okay. Or maybe come to one of my private lake house workshops that will eventually start doing again once we get out of this whole quarantine thing. But those are more like, they're high level, they're high touch, but Brand Creators Academy. And then there's the book, right? If someone signs up for Brand Growth Validation Checklist, which you can find by heading over to, let me get over there and let's see where that is. There it is. So brandcreators.com. If you go there, you're going to be able to get Brand Creators, the book. Okay. You're going to be able to get the validation checklist. Now, once you get the validation checklist, you're able to then get on the email list for that stuff. If you get on the email list for that stuff, you're going to get also some automatic emails, but they help you with that process. All right. So once you get that process, you're able to now start to take action. Also, you get to basically get this right here, because if you get Brand Growth Validation Checklist, I'm going to introduce this to you again, right? So it's, again, there's a way to give value from something that they just consumed. So you always want to be thinking about that. The nurture sequence is really there to build know, like, and trust. Don't hard sell, and just help them further. So think about it. Like I said before, you have this. I did this before. I should probably do it again here. All right, let me get this. All right, let's see. Let me go back to in the comments. Keep the comments coming, guys. I'll be right there with you. Let me go and share this screen again. Okay. And then let me do this, because this is helpful, guys. I want you to think about this when you're writing an email sequence. Okay. So if someone signs up, so email sequence, I'm just going to abbreviate there. Okay. So that's our email sequence. So you got to think about this. Why did someone opt in? Okay. We've got them here. I did this before, and I tried to do, I'm going to make it look like they're like, oh, I'm sad. Right. I'm confused. Right. And then there's the path to them being happy. Right. So there they are. So what do we need to do? They downloaded something, or they opted in for something So that's this right here, let's say. So then I follow up with them on that and I go, hey, just want to let you know, I sent you the download link. Want to make sure you got it. Make sure you have any questions. Let me know, right? So that's an email. That's an email. Email 1. Then here, email 2. Okay. And that one there might be like, hey, I'm just checking in. It's been a few days. I wanted to see if you had any questions on the brand growth validation checklist, or I wanted to see if you had any questions on the ultimate guide to catching more bass. You should really try tip number 1, where I do the, I don't know, the zigzag and tug technique. It's really great. If you didn't do it, if you didn't see it, go back to the guide. It's page 14, right? That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to help them get to this side. I'm trying to get them there so they're able to achieve that thing. Because guess what? When they do that, I'm able to help them. I'm also able to move them a little bit further, because now when they're able to do that, then I can go ahead and introduce something else to them that would be beneficial on the track of, being successful at catching more bass to win your ultimate bass fishing tournament, whatever, right? So then we would have another milestone. That would be email 2. And that milestone is just another way to check in. Hey, I'm just checking back in. Wanted to make sure that you were able to get to maybe tip number 5. That's one of my favorites. It works really well. If you missed it, it's on page 17, and I break it down. I actually shot a video walking through that process. Here's the link. That would be it, right? So I'm not hard selling anything. Now, if you did have something else to sell, you could say in there in the PS, oh, by the way, if you're more like me and you like to visually see this, I created a mini training, and it's $9.99, and it's 4 videos of me out there doing all of these different tips to show you exactly how they react. Something like that. It could be a very light, subtle pitch, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I would do that in the first week, right? I would wait on that. But then again, that was email number 3. And then here, let's just say it's email number 4. Right? So that's what it looks like. We want to just take them through the process to get here. That's what we're trying to do. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. Look at that artwork, guys. Amazing artwork, by the way, right? Oh, that's funny. All right. So let me go ahead and pull that back up. Let's see if we got any other quick questions here. Okay. Octavio. Let me give a shout out to Octavio. Octavio is one of our brand creators. He's inside of Brand Creators Academy. And can I just say that Octavio is crushing it, is rocking it. Let me just give him a public shout out. We do that a lot inside the Academy, but Octavio is crushing it. The post that he just wrote was freaking phenomenal. And just an awesome job. So Octavio, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for having coffee with me, bro. Appreciate it. Let's do it. Got to get that caffeine. I have a pen name, and I have been trying to decide to use it. Yeah, I would use it. I think you're going to get better engagement. You're also going to want to let people reply to you. Please do a coffee tech on building a brand that is faceless for a physical product business. I think even if you're faceless, it needs to have a face or a voice. It has to, right? Like people don't buy a product for just a product all the time. Like, yes, I'm going to go buy a certain widget, but I'm going to be more likely to buy something if I know the brand story, if I know that it's not just about the product. Are there people that have built brands that are just product-based? Yes, but those really successful ones always either have a mission statement or what they stand for or their expertise or, but it could be company-wide, but you still need a person. I feel it's going to make it so much easier. So it doesn't have to be, and you don't want it to be the brand just on the person. You want it to be contributors. And that's what we do usually in any brand that we're building. Renee, I would never stop you from drinking your coffee. Well, thank you for that, Renee. You never know what'll happen if I stop drinking that. What do you use to capture their email? All right, we're using ConvertKit. I've talked about this before. And guys, if you want me to do something in the future on, and I've had plans to do it, but if you guys want me to do a little bit more here too, we can go deep into more email stuff, email building, list building, marketing, retargeting, all of that stuff. It's something I've been doing for years. It's evolved, but it's pretty much stayed true. The fundamentals are the fundamentals. It's like playing basketball, right? If you're taking foul shots, the foul shot is basically the same way you shot one years ago, right? The technique is the same, right? Now things change. Did the rim change? Did the glass on the board change? Yeah, but basically it's the same, right? There's certain techniques that still are done today. But we're using ConvertKit. I've used all kinds. Again, if you are interested in grabbing ConvertKit, I do have an affiliate link. You would buy me one of these, a cup of coffee. And what we're doing is if you go through our affiliate link and you purchase, and actually you don't even have to purchase right away. It's a free account. And I believe up to 500 email subscribers. But if you go through our link, we will get compensated. So clear, upfront with you guys on that. But we'll give you this. We've got a little bonus pack, which has some email templates and some subject lines and stuff like that. We call it the Audience Accelerator. And if you take a screenshot of your receipt, send it to support@theamazingseller.com, and we can make sure that you get that bonus pack. All right. All right, cool. So Karen says, we are driving traffic from Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. We have changed it to Monday morning at 7 a.m. Yes. Then a second email on Wednesday at 7 a.m. to people who didn't open the first time. Yes, I love it that you're paying attention. Sending to the unopens is huge, massive. So many people are missing that. If you guys only take one thing away from this coffee talk, send emails to the unopens the next day, 24 hours later. Do that. Okay, cool. So you're driving traffic. How many people are we sending to right now, Karen? How many people are on your list right now that are going to be sending or are going to be receiving this email? There are internet marketers marketing a new tool to capture email, but I have been wondering if they're secret scraping my email. If I bought their email autoresponder to capture email, who do I trust? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who it is. I don't know what. All I can tell you is that I use ConvertKit. ConvertKit is just the mechanism. Is basically it's the tool. They do have some good resources as well, but they also have landing page builders. They have caption forms, tracking, all kinds of stuff. Very affordable, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on using for the future. And any training that I do is all going to be around ConvertKit. So that's coming. So if you want to learn along with me, and as I kind of roll stuff out, ConvertKit is the one I'm going to be using. We've switched from ActiveCampaign, ClickFunnels, SendGrid, Aweber. I've used a lot of them. What autoresponder do you use? Yeah, ConvertKit. That's the one. And you can, theamazingseller.com/ConvertKit is where you can find that free trial. Also, you get 500 subscribers, I believe. And then if you send me an email with that receipt, I will send you our bonus pack, our Audience Accelerator, which is a bunch of templates. Let's see. And then, Renee says, yes, more email stuff. Mel says, coffee. Oh, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Derek, do you recommend mini course as you build out full-blown course? Yeah, mini courses are great. Mini trainings are great. It's like this. This here is technically a mini training. It's also what we give all of our students inside of Brand Creators Academy because it's our framework. There's only so much you can do in a mini course or in a book like this, right? There's so many different things that we can go deeper in those areas. So never be afraid to give away your formula, right? And your secrets. You can always go deeper on those secrets. I was taught that a long time ago. So this right here is our playbook. It's what we live by. Now, are there a lot of different things that we teach inside of each element here? Yes. So I would say create something like this, something that is your framework, something that will allow people to also raise their hand that are interested in learning what you have to offer. But I love these questions, by the way, guys. I love talking about digital products. It's something that I've been wanting to share for a long time, but I've been kind of stuck in one area because I was kind of being known as the Amazon guy. I've got something coming May 11th. So stay tuned for that. I've got some exciting news that I'm really excited about, and it's going to feel so amazing. I can't wait to share it with you guys. So keep those questions coming, guys, because more to come on me helping you with stuff like, well, this here, the video setup, maybe podcasting, maybe building a digital course, maybe doing a launch. Done a lot, but I've never shared all that stuff. And I want to share more of that stuff. So more to come on that. I can't give too much away here. Octavio, thank you. BCA has made a huge impact in getting me going. Couldn't have done it this fast without you, buddy. Octavio, I appreciate you, man. And you are rocking it. You are totally rocking it. Okay, Rebecca says, really good tips to catch attention. Question, how short, long should the emails be so enough curiosity is created on the subject to click the link for more content? I think we should do a whole nother episode on how to write an effective email to get clicks. I think that's another one, right? So maybe we need to do that one. So I will put a little mental note here, and maybe we'll do that. Let me see here. I don't want to miss anything. And Derek says, yes, let's do that. And Renee already said that. So, so you use a stock photo for the profile picture when using a pen name. You can totally do that. Or if you have someone that you know that could be the voice, you could use that person too. But yes, you could use a pen name or a pen name with a profile picture. Make sure that it is royalty free, that you can use it in such a way. Karen says 55. Okay, cool. And how did you get those 55? Was it from the Pinterest and from that type of stuff? And are you using ConvertKit? I'm just curious. What are you using for your email provider? We've been driving traffic for less than 2 weeks and have 55 subscribers so far. And you know what? Congratulations on the 55, right? Because everyone's like, oh, I need a list of 1,000. I need a list of 10,000, 20,000, 100,000. No, you need a list. And you need a list of the right people. Those 55 people are exactly what you need right now, because they're going to help you build content. They're going to help you know what emails work and what ones don't. So really embrace those 55 people and really get engaged with those people. One little tip that I would do is I would send to those 55. I would just drop in and be like, hey, it's Karen. I just wanted to stop in real quick. Do me a quick favor. I want to create some resources and some lessons that are going to benefit you and your children or your students. What would you like me to create to help you? Just hit reply and let me know. Like, that is the best email you could ever send, especially when you have 55 people, because it's not like you have 1,000 people that you're going to get, a lot of replies that you have to go back and forth with, which is great. You should do that anyway, but 55 is manageable. This also lets you see how engaged they are. So I would say that'd be a great one to do. Even if you're going to send the one out tomorrow the way you are, I would do that one after the fact. You can always do that. If your list is a year old, you can still do it. I do it periodically. I just want to hear what people want and what they want more of. And I get a sense of what they want and what they need. It's the best thing you could ever do. Salama, I have Aweber. Would you recommend switching? Why did you? I switched on Aweber a while ago. They didn't have tagging at the time. They do now. And they were just limited. It was clunky. But I used them, probably about 12 or 13 years. I would personally switch. I would also switch if you're interested in learning from me, even just teaching free stuff, because everything I'm going to be talking about here moving forward will be with ConvertKit. So I'll be doing some tutorials on YouTube. Another reason why you should subscribe on YouTube, by the way, and make sure that you can, get access to that training, because when I post it, it's going to be on YouTube. So let's see here. ConvertKit is more user-friendly, 100%. 100%. Is ConvertKit more expensive? I don't believe so. When you look at apples to apples, I do not believe it is. We are using ConvertKit. Love the idea of asking them what they need. It shows I'm willing to listen to them. 100%. 100%. So a lot of times I'll advise people on your very first email that goes out after they've downloaded something or they've requested for something, that you've offered them. Send an immediate email that says, hey, thanks so much for grabbing your download. Here's the link again. Do me a favor. Let me know, what is one thing that you're stuck on right now or that you need more help with right now? Let me know. I'd love to be able to help you further. Thanks, Karen. Talk to you soon. That's it, right? It's really powerful. You said switch from ActiveCampaign. What do you think about them? About ActiveCampaign? I think it's way more complicated than it needs to be. I think it's the UI, the interface is very hard to understand. They make it just difficult. I think it needs an easier user interface. I've used Infusionsoft and ActiveCampaign, and they're very similar. It's very old school to me. Just my personal opinion. If you go to ConvertKit, it's so easy to see. You see the flow charts. You see, it's just easy. The tagging, so much easier. To hit resend, so easy. In Active Campaign, it was a nightmare. I had to go in and actually select and do a whole bunch of things to get to the people that didn't open the email in order to send them one, and then create a sub list and stuff. Maybe they've made it easier. When I was using it, which about 6 months ago, terrible. So not a huge fan of Active Campaign. I'm sorry. And if someone watches this that is affiliated with Active Campaign, I apologize. It took a long time to migrate too. We had some funnels and stuff we wanted migrated over. It was a giant, you know what? Okay. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Active Campaign. Infusionsoft, very similar. They call it Confusionsoft for a reason. So anyway, all right, guys, we got to wrap this up. It's Saturday. You guys got to get on with your day. I got to get on with my day. This has been a lot of fun. I love talking about email marketing, if you couldn't tell. So if you want more on this, let me know. And I think we're going to do one on writing emails. I think that'll be another great one. And if you guys ever want to share an email with me and you want me to share it on one of these and we can critique it, we can write it, we can kind of go through it, I'd be more than happy to do that as well. So if you want to do that, you can submit it here, or you can just email me, and we can go ahead and possibly do that. All right. So I'm just making sure that I've covered everything. Oh, I want to let you know about tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do another coffee talk, and this one here is really, really good. I love this one. It's not going to be an email, training or anything like that. Tomorrow's Sunday. So what I'm going to do on that Sunday is we're going to talk about the power of simplicity. Okay. Going back to basics and the fundamentals. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to use examples, and I'm going to share with you what this looks like and how I have taken this myself and really adopted it this past year, because last year was kind of crazy. And I'll talk all about that, and I'll share with you what I've learned and how I am simplifying and how you should as well. All right. So I think that is it. Let's see here. Derek, yes, show us a written guide to writing email and share a link. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll have to probably do something here on that live. So yeah, that's it. I think we got all those covered. Do me a favor, guys, before we do officially wrap up, make sure that you either hit your notifications to remind you to come back, set your alarm, whatever you got to do to make sure that you come to these. I want my Take Action morning crew to be here 10 a.m. Eastern time, so we can be inspired, we can be motivated, and we can take action. That is the goal of this morning talk. All right. So make sure that you show up. Make sure you invite a friend. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. If you're on Facebook, make sure that you like the page. And this way here, you get notified. All right, guys. So that is it. That's going to wrap up this Saturday edition of Coffee Talk. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Take action. And I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.